Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be looking at Linda Eder's Someone Like You, and I'm going to be putting it next to Jody McBrayer and Voctave's version of Someone Like You to put them side by side. Now, I know both of these versions well. Obviously, I've known Linda Eder. I've known of Linda Eder forever, actually, since she originated the role of Lucy in Jekyll and Hyde back in 1997. Now, I know of her work. This past spring, I did a vocal lesson with her. It was really fun to do. If you go to her website, or if you go to her YouTube page, you can find out more about how you can get a vocal lesson with Linda Eder. But I'm putting these side by side so that you can see how a song, and actually how singers have progressed over the course of the past 20 some odd years. And it's amazing to see the differences. Now, I'm going to play this one first, and then I'm going to play the other one. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is timestamp places where you really felt moved by the song, or places where you felt disconnected from the song, places where you just felt anything, like what you're actually hearing, places of importance, places that you really, really enjoyed and why you enjoyed them. The comment section are really, for me, the comments are for you to talk about the performance in places where I might not, or you might take an idea that I bring up and agree or disagree. I'm okay with both of that. I used to teach first year composition. Disagreeing with me is not a problem. So go ahead and use the comment section to have this conversation, and just keep the conversation going. Make a community, because again, I have a very small amount of subscribers, and I'm okay with that. But my subscribers are the people that actually are really good at having conversations about stuff. And so I'm gonna leave it to you guys to have that conversation, to build that community, and we're gonna get started. One thing I want to point out, and I keep forgetting to do this, is there's a little bit of a vocal, not on her part, but the sound technicians had a hard time with the wireless mic back in the day, so you might hear a couple of little rustles on the microphone. It's because it was the early years of wireless mics, and sound technicians hadn't quite figured out how to manage them as well as they do now.
I peer through windows, watch life go by, dream of tomorrow, and wonder why the past is holding me, keeping life at bay. I wander lost in yesterday, wanting to fly, but scared to try. But if someone like you found someone like me, then suddenly nothing would ever be the same. My heart would take wing, and I'd feel so alive if someone like you found me.
The one thing that made her really good at Broadway, and and especially a lot of the songs that she's chosen to put on the albums in her discography, is that she's really good at going really soft, and she really knows how to belt. She knows how to use every register of her voice to bring out whatever emotion that she wants. And that's just something that I've always been a sucker for, considering the amount of years I spent in choirs from like 7th grade through my undergraduate. I love that whole understanding of when to be loud and when to be soft, and being able to technically carry that. It's amazing. So I'm going to go back just to 5 seconds, and then we'll move forward.
So many secrets I've longed to share. All I have needed is someone there to help me see a world I've never seen before. I love to open every door to set me free, so I can soar. If someone like me, then suddenly nothing will ever be the same. There'll be a new way to live, a new life to love. If someone like you found me, oh, if someone like you found someone like me, then suddenly nothing will ever be the same. My heart would take wing, and I'd feel so alive. If someone like you loved me, loved me, loved me.
There we go. So again, put your comments in the comment section about the parts of the song that you really, really liked. Again, I'm always captivated by her performance of songs from this musical. She also did a concept album, I believe, for the Scarlet Pimpernel. And she's just a really captivating singer in terms of her ability to draw you in to a song, because she uses her dynamic range to pull you in. And then and this is the mark of a great singer, is they pull you into the song and then they have you. And so then they use their dynamic control and their registers to create the message that they want. And that is something that I really appreciate of her and Lara Fabian and Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey and her ballads and so forth. I mean, they're very good at creating a scene. And they're very good at creating that scene and bringing you into it and making sure that you are fully engaged in that particular scene at any given moment. So I'm going to get ready for that next video, so I will see you there. So as I said before, I'm going to be looking at 2 different versions of Someone Like You, and we just saw the Linda Eder version of Someone Like You. She originated the role on Broadway, so in a lot of ways she has a very, very, very intimate understanding of that role. She has an understanding of that character. She has an understanding of the song. So again, when we come to this particular performance here, this is Jody McBrayer working with Voctave, and what I want to see here, and again, I've seen this before, so I do have my opinions, but I'm going to hold off on them for a little bit and just let the performance take hold. But one of the things that you'll notice is how the song has sort of aged over time. How it and again, by aged, I don't mean that in a negative way, but how other people have interpreted it and how other people choose to interpret it over time. And that's sort of a shift in not only what vocalists we grew up on, but also in terms of just an understanding of the genre as it has shifted over time. So again, in the 1990s, there was a move to make it more pop, but not take away the musical theaterness of it. So it didn't quite go all the way into pop. So again, I'm gonna get started with this. So before I get too far into this, let's begin with Jody McBrayer and Voctave doing "Someone Like You." Before he begins, the thing I love about Voctave, and if you catch me getting a little emotional about Voctave, is that they catch this very classic movie era sound. They are Disney. They are MGM. They are the classic movies. They are the Turner Classic Movie like soundtracks of the universe, and their orchestrations encapsulate a lot of that very classic movie soundtrack sort of sound, and you'll catch me just smirking throughout because it will actually blow me away at times. I do get a little emotional about this. I still haven't figured out why, but it's just beautiful singing and just beautiful arrangements, and gosh, I sort of miss being in choirs, I guess. So I'm going to go back a couple of seconds so that we don't miss his entrance, and let's go.
Dream of tomorrow and wonder why the past is holding me, keeping life at bay. I wander lost in yesterday, wanting to fly, but scared to try. But if someone like you found someone like me, then suddenly nothing would ever be the same. My heart would take wing, and I'd feel so alive if someone like you found me.
One of the things I love about Voctave here is that Jody has a lighter sound to his voice. It's a very Irish tenor, if I can go there. It's very light. It's very ethereal in some ways, and it doesn't have this sort of heavy attack on it. And so it's light. It's a lighter sound from him. And so what they're doing really well here is they're just giving him enough to support what he's doing. And this is what Voctave does. And the arranger, and I can't remember his name. I want to say Jamie Ray, but I could be wrong. Does a really great job of encapsulating what the song is supposed to do, and also encapsulating what the performer can actually do. So this is the thing that for me when I watch Voctave, and I they just do a really great job of blending, but they have to have the best orchestration. It doesn't matter if you can blend. If the orchestration and the arrangement doesn't work, it's it's not going to work. So I'm going to take it back a couple of seconds, and then we'll get into the next verse.
Feel so alive if someone like you found me. So many secrets I long to share. All I have needed is someone there to help me see a world I've never seen before.
So when I was talking about generational differences before, I come from a generation where musical theater was done very straight. So all the things were straight tone. There was very little embellishment in the notes. And if you notice here in Jody McBrayer, in this section here, and actually throughout most of the song, he does a lot of embellishments. He does a lot of, I want to say like mini trills, and he does a lot of riffs and runs in this particular song. And it's a generational difference. I'm not personally on board with it, but again, I'm from a different generation. So I want you to listen for that sort of stuff, and then I need you guys to help me help me sort of understand if it actually helps the song, or if it gets in the way of the meaning of the song. Because for me, it's taking me out of the song a little bit. But again, I'm going to leave that to you guys, because again, as an older person and as a person who's known this song for 20 years, and I have a different version running through the back of my head, it could be that is interfering. So I'm going to take it back a little bit, and I want you to start listening for the embellishments that he uses, and discuss it in the comments about whether or not that actually helps the song bring out the emotion within the song, or if it disconnects you as it does me. And again, I have a lot of background knowledge with this song, so that might get in my way of understanding what he's doing with this. So I'm going to go back about 15 seconds, and then we're going to take it from there. So let's continue.
All I have needed is someone there to help me see a world I've never seen before. A love to open every door, to set me free, so I can soar. If someone like you found someone like me, then suddenly nothing would ever be the same. There'd be a new way to live, oh, a new life to love. If someone like you found me, oh, if someone like you found someone like me, then suddenly nothing would ever be the same.
Okay, I apologize for stopping in the middle of a phrase. Now, what he did there could have, in my mind, could have been much more improved when he went up to the high note. Instead of wobbling on it, just hit it and hold it. So I'm going to go back. That's just me. Again, you can yell at me in the comments. The guy is technically perfect. All of his notes are on pitch. His tone is fine. Everything else, it's just some of these choices that he's making. My mind is thinking that if you're going to do that, just hit and go. So I'm going to go back. Yes, this is where he's about to point up into the air. So I'm going to go back a little bit more.
Found me, oh, if someone like you found someone like...
Right there, if he wouldn't have wobbled on that, I think it would have been a stronger note across the board, because it would have made the the emphasis of that particular note stand out a little bit more. It's just me. But notice here, that whole part there, when he jumps up and he hits that note, which I'm not even going to come anywhere near because that is a beautiful note. As he's holding that, everybody else comes in, and this is one of those great things that I really love about just this arrangement, is that there's this one point where the feature gets to be the background vocal, and Voctave comes in and takes over the chorus, which is very classic movie, because if you watch the classic movies, they do this all the time, where all of a sudden you have like 40 people in a choir singing the melody of a song, like in Carousel, just, You'll Never Walk Alone sort of thing. So I'm going to go back a couple of seconds, and then we're going to go.
You found me. Oh, it's someone like you. Found someone like me. And suddenly, nothing would ever be the same. My heart would take wing, and I'd feel so alive.
Now, all the riffs that he did in that heavy-duty climax, yes.
If someone like you loved me, oh, love me, love
I'm going to go back a little bit, that high note, that, is that Kate or Tiffany? I think it's Kate. She does this thing where she'll find, like, and the arranger is just awesome, where she'll hit this really high note, and I don't know, it feels like an F. I could be wrong. It feels like an F in my mind, but she hits this note, and then it just floats, and then everybody else will drop out for like a little bit, and then she'll carry it on, and then the goosebumps start, and then everybody comes back in. Yes. So let me go back. Hopefully I can catch it.
love.
Oops.
If someone like you loved me, oh, love me,
Then she turns into a violin.
love me.
So, this poor guy, I catch him with his eyes closed. So we'll just leave it here. So tell me a little bit about the sections of this particular arrangement that you love. And again, the stuff about Jody, it could be just that I'm 100 years old and I haven't quite caught up with what is now standard contemporary music, that the riffs and the runs just happen. So if that's the case, that's fine. I'll accept that. But again, I'm really just amazed with how Voctave just, even now I'm all like moist up here, and so I just love this whole thing of them bringing this classic movie soundtrack sound into this universe and bringing it to all like musical theater, modern musical theater, or semi-modern musical theater. I mean, it's 20 years ago, but just reimagining and bringing that back, because there were some amazing vocal pieces that happened in classic movies and in the old school Disney that need to come back, because they're just amazing. I mean, the sopranos just flying up and becoming flutes and violins and all of that sort of stuff, and I can't wait to continue this journey, because I want to hear when the altos start taking over and the baritones start getting their fun stuff. Because I'm sorry, the sopranos are amazing, but I also want to see these other parts, the alto group and the tenor group and the baritones take their center stage. So again, put your comments in the comments. I really love both of these versions. Again, Jody is a technically beautiful singer. There are just things that might just be a generational issue for me. Let's have that conversation in the comments below. Timestamp anything that you think is really great. Timestamp things that you want to talk about. Have a conversation, build that community. And with that, I'm going to leave you to your day. And as always, be safe.